Hello everyone, this is Karen.
Welcome everybody, I'm Shane.
Today we're looking at part 1 of I Spy with My Animal Eye.
I spy with my animal eye, Karen.
Yay! And the vocabulary words are spot.
Spot.
I spotted a bear in my neighbor's yard this morning.
Particularly. Julia loved the movie. She particularly enjoyed the music.
Label.
Label.
That can of tomatoes has a very colorful label on it.
Mission.
Mission.
The soldiers' mission was to steal the enemy plans.
Communicate.
Communicate.
Cats mainly communicate through body language. You are right. So it's called I Spy with My Animal Eye. Are they playing a game with the animals?
Yeah, I don't think this is much of a game. This is pretty serious. So they found a beluga whale.
Okay. Aw, that's so cute.
Yeah, they're pretty cute with a GoPro camera on him.
So you mean somebody put a GoPro on the beluga whale?
It was like the property of for St. Petersburg, which is a Russian city. So it's a Russian spy. A Russian whale spy.
Really? So it was actually from the Russian government, right?
Yeah, so actually animals have been used for spying and communication between people during wars and things like that for many, many years.
So like back in the days, a lot of people used to use pigeons to send messages, right?
Even today, they still use pigeons for carrying messages.
But I never really understand. How do you know where they're gonna go?
Yeah, they're just trained. I guess that they use pigeons because they're trainable in that way. But this way, it avoids, sending a paper through the mail, or maybe even electronically, someone can intercept that message. But I always thought, well, maybe they would notice the pigeons and the enemy would look for pigeons and then just kill them all.
Do you think so?
I don't know. But this is interesting. I definitely want to learn more about it.
Yeah, same here. Animal as spies. Ooh. Sounds kind of dangerous, though.
All right, well, let's learn more.
All right, enjoy.
I Spy with My Animal Eye. In April 2019, a beluga whale was spotted swimming in Norwegian waters. Not a particularly special sighting, you might think. However, there was something off about this whale. It was wearing a GoPro camera that had a belt with a label on the inside that read Equipment of St. Petersburg. The whale was most likely an animal spy, which was trained by the Russian government.
Today's lesson is called I Spy with My Animal Eye. Part 1. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. No, we are sort of talking about animal spies, but actually the title of the article is using spy as a verb. To spy something is to see something, especially something that is not easy to see. Maybe it's hidden, or maybe you can't quite figure out what it is. But if you spy it, that means you see it. Now often we say, I spy with my little eye something that is green. Sure. And this is a kid's game, and so everyone looks around and tries to find the thing that is green that I'm looking at. But here, we're using spy as a verb, but actually in the article, we're using animals as spies. This is a real thing.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah,
I spy with my animal eye. So we're going to be using animals to spy.
Yes.
How cool. Anyways, let's start with the first animal of our lesson. Let's talk about the beluga whale. Yes, a type of whale. In 2019, in April 2019, a beluga whale was spotted swimming in Norwegian waters. Not a particularly special sighting, you might think, but there was something special about this whale. Anyways, before we move on, let's talk about another verb. Yes, if you spy something, you do see that thing. You can also spot something in the same way. Yes, this word spot is being used as a verb in our article. Yeah, if you spot something, you see that thing. You see it even though it might be difficult to see or notice by others. You see it, but it might be hard for others to see it. Now, you can also spot something that you've been looking for or what you've been searching for. Yeah, you can spot something when you found that thing after you've been looking or searching for that thing. Anyways, for example, I spotted a bear in my neighbor's yard this morning. Yeah, there was a bear there.
That's pretty unusual, and of course bears are usually quite shy, so you're quite lucky to spot the bear or spy the bear.
How cool.
You could also say that. We also had the adverb particularly. Particularly is a great adverb to use when talking about a whole group of things, but you want to focus on just one thing in that big group, okay? So you might say, I love to cook particularly Japanese food. So I cook all sorts of food, Italian, French maybe, but I really especially love cooking Japanese food. You know that because I pointed it out by using particularly. For example, Julia loved the movie. She particularly enjoyed the music. So the acting, the direction, everything was good, but the music was great.
That was what she really appreciated about that movie. There was a lot to love, but this is what she loved especially. Anyways, more about this beluga whale. Okay, you might think, hey, big deal, a beluga whale in Norwegian waters. That's not a big deal at all. Well, however, there was something off about this whale, i.e., there was something that was not quite right.
Yeah, when something is off about something, it's a little strange and probably not in a good way, maybe in sort of a worrying way or something like that. So what was wrong with this beluga whale? Well, it says it was wearing a GoPro camera that had a belt with a label on the inside that read, Equipment of St. Petersburg. That is pretty strange and unusual. Okay, the whale had a camera on, it had a belt, I guess, holding the camera, and on the belt was a label, and on the label it said, Equipment of St. Petersburg. And since St. Petersburg is a big city in Russia, I would guess that that might have been written in Russian letters. So this beluga got equipment from Russia.
So this
cameras.
This is quite strange.
It's a spy whale.
A beluga whale in Norwegian waters next to Norway.
Right.
Wearing a GoPro.
Yeah.
And the whale is from Russia. A Russian whale in Norwegian waters wearing a camera. That is quite off and strange and weird. Yes, this is a spy whale. Anyways, before we move on, let's go ahead and talk about the noun label. Okay, a label is a piece of paper or some other material that is attached to something, and it tells you what is in that container. That's usually the case. More often, though, a label is just like a tag. Okay, here we've got a piece of metal or some other material on this GoPro. Okay, and it says Equipment of St. Petersburg. It tells you who the camera belongs to. That's how the label is functioning here. Anyways, for example, that can of tomatoes has a very colorful label on it. It's very colorful, and it also says tomatoes on it.
Oh, okay. And probably the company name and a bit of information about the product on the label. This information made people think strange things about this whale. It says the whale was most likely an animal spy, which was trained by the Russian government. So this animal, this whale, is acting as a spy. I suppose the camera is used to photograph things underwater, and the Russian government is behind it all.
Which sounds really weird, but also
so many questions.
So weird, but also really interesting. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课文标题是 I spy with my animal eye， 动物间谍出任务。Spy 这个字可以当动词来表达看见或是从事间谍活动，那么当名词可以指间谍。好，那标题里面的 I spy 是源自于美国一个非常流行的儿童猜东西游戏，叫做 I spy with my little eye。像某个人可能会说 I spy with my little eye something blue. 我用我的小眼睛偷看到某个蓝色的东西，然后接着对方可能就要猜猜看他说的是什么东西，是这个吗？是那个吗？这样子。好，那么课文提到说这个 my little eye， 它把它改成 my animal eye， 则是要呼应课文的主题，也就是动物间谍这个主题。课文一开始说，在2019年4月，人们在挪威水域发现一只白鲸 beluga whale。也许你会认为这不是什么特别的景象啊，可是那个鲸鱼有一些地方不太对劲，它的身上竟然带着一台 GoPro 摄影机耶，然后上面有一条皮带，皮带内侧印着圣彼得堡设备的标签。这一只鲸鱼很有可能就是俄罗斯政府训练的动物间谍。好，我们先来看3个单字。Spot 是当动词，表示发现、看到，通常是指看到比较难注意到的东西。那么 particularly 这个副词表示特别、尤其。Label 则是指标签。那么补充单字 equipment 它是指设备、装备，它是不可数名词。好，再补充一下，文中用到 off，在这边呢，它是当形容词来形容不对的、不对劲的、不寻常的。介绍课文中
I spy with my animal eye. Sounds crazy, right? Not at all. The idea of using animals as government operatives isn't a new one. In fact, over 2,000 years ago, the Romans were using pigeons to send secret military messages to each other. Pigeons were so effective that they were still being used during World War II. The United Kingdom alone used about 250,000 pigeons for a number of secret missions, such as communicating with their human spies behind enemy lines.
A Russian beluga whale wearing a GoPro labeled Equipment of St. Petersburg in Norwegian waters. This is a spy whale. How weird. Also interesting. Anyways, sounds crazy, right? Well, actually, it's not all that crazy. Not at all. The idea of using animals as government operatives isn't a new one.
Interesting. So basically that sentence is saying the idea of using animals as spies isn't a new one. A government operative is basically someone who
works for the government.
Works for the government. And we often use that term to talk about spies and people who are engaged in sort of secret activities for countries, for governments. So basically, animal spies are not new. In fact, we read, over 2,000 years ago, the Romans were using pigeons to send secret military messages to each other. Sure, we call these carrier pigeons. And you make a little note and you attach it to their little leg. And as everyone knows, pigeons are very good at flying back home. So you bring the pigeon with you, put the note on it, and then it flies back home. It started 2,000 years ago, and they were still using these carrier pigeons during World War II.
Well, of course, they didn't have GoPros until recently. So, yeah, the pigeons there with the little messages strapped to their legs, they were quite effective. Now, were these pigeons spies? I don't think so, but still, yes, they were government operatives. They were working for a government.
They were passing secret messages.
That's true, yeah.
Like a spy.
That's pretty cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and read that sentence, okay? Let's go ahead and read that sentence about the pigeons. Yeah, pigeons were so effective that they were still being used during World War II. How cool is that? And the United Kingdom alone used about 250,000 pigeons for a number of secret missions, such as communicating with their human spies behind enemy lines. So maybe the pigeons weren't spies themselves, but they were helping out spies. How amazing.
That's absolutely incredible. I think even on D-Day, when they attacked Europe from the ocean, which we've seen in movies, they brought pigeons with them because they didn't know the radios would work right away. So these missions were very important, and if you have an important mission, give it to a pigeon. That's what I always say.
That's quite a saying.
It hasn't worked out real well yet. But I have my goal.
I can't do it, but I've got a pigeon.
I got a pigeon who can handle the job or the mission. And a mission is basically a job It's an objective. It's something that you have to do to accomplish. Often it might be a little bit difficult. We often use this term when talking about the military soldiers on a mission. Go to that place, blow up that thing, capture that thing, do that thing, and they have to make a plan and follow the plan, and there's a few steps, and if the mission is successful, yay! If the mission is not successful, bad things could happen. But anyways, a mission is basically a job that involves a bunch of different activities to reach some kind of clear goal. For example, the soldier's mission was to steal the enemy plans. Get into the enemy headquarters, grab the plans, get back here. That's your mission.
By the way, usually if you see Tom Cruise in a movie, some type of mission is going to be involved, and that mission might just be impossible.
No, they're always possible because he
always
wins
does
in
at the end. But
We
the
should just call
names
it
of the
Mission Possible.
that wouldn't be as dramatic, I don't think. Anyways, let's move on and look at the next vocabulary word of the day. It's the verb communicate. When you communicate, you pass information on from one person to another. You talk, you write, you gesture, you express yourself. You make yourself known to another person, or you do, yes, share information. For example, cats mainly communicate through body language. Yes, they can't write or talk or use computers, so they use body language. They gesture and stuff like that. Meow, meow, with their paws. All right, everyone, with that, it's time for us to take another break, but don't go away. We'll be back after this.
刚刚说到那只白鲸可能是俄罗斯政府派来的间谍，听起来是不是很夸张、很疯狂呢？其实用动物来当政府特务并不是什么新鲜事。古罗马人早在2000多年前就用鸽子来互相传递秘密军事讯息。Mike 老师说，这种鸽子叫做 carrier pigeon， 传信鸽。那么，由于鸽子是非常有效率的，在第二次世界大战期间，人们还是有在使用鸽子。光是英国就用了大约25万只鸽子来执行一些秘密任务，像是在敌区来跟人类间谍交换讯息。好，我们先来看两个单字 ，mission。Mission 是任务。说到任务，大家可能会想到不可能的任务，那这个电影名称里面就有 mission 这个字。再来看 communicate。Communicate 它表示传递、沟通或是交流。至于文中的 operative 在这边是当名词用来指间谍、特务或是情报人员。接话课文中
I spy with my animal eye. Since then, the world's militaries have thought of all sorts of ways to use animals to gather or pass secret information on, some more successful than others.
So there you have it. The simple, humble pigeon has been helping spies and has been helping to win wars for thousands of years. No joke, it's true.
That's true, absolutely. And pigeons and beluga whales, like we learned at the beginning, are not the only animals that have been turned into secret agents. It says, since then, the world's militaries have thought of all sorts of ways to use animals to gather or pass secret information on, some more successful than others. Yeah, that's the thing about animals. They often do what they want to do, even if you train them to do something else, like spy on an enemy army. They might decide, yeah, no, I'm just going to lie down and take a nap. So, in tomorrow's article, we're going to be looking at some of these other ways that animals have helped win wars or maybe lose wars in the past, and we'll see some of the different animal types that have also been used for these secret missions. Should be interesting.
That sounds fantastic to me. We'll have more than just beluga whales and pigeons for you next time, so stay tuned. But for now, yes, it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Take care.
刚刚说到，在战争期间，人们会用鸽子来传递秘密军事讯息。那之后，全世界的军队就想出各种利用动物来收集或是传递秘密讯息的方法。那我们会在第二天的课文介绍一些令人意想不到的动物间谍。最后来看补充单字 information。Information 表示资讯、讯息，它是不可数名词。我们可以用 a piece of information 来指一则的讯息、一则资讯。好，那么以上是这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们的文法单元。今天要介绍的文法重点有4个。第一个是 so 加上形容词或副词加上 that 子句。第二个是 since then。第三个是 all sorts of。第4个是 pass on。好，我们先来学。So 加上形容词或副词加 that 子句，这个句型表示如此怎么样，以至于怎么样，非常怎么样，结果怎么样。那这个句型是用来强调 so 后面的形容词或副词，来说明某个事物它的程度高到造成某个结果。那么 that 子句则是用来表达结果。来看2个例句。Molly was so tired that she fell asleep on the bus. Molly 非常累，以至于在公车上睡着了，连旁边那个阿嬷菜篮车压到她的脚，她都没感觉。好，再造个例句哦。Jake laughed so hard that he choked on his spit. Jake 笑得太用力，然后以至于被自己的口水呛到了。好，我们接着来学 since then。Since then， 好，我们看它的 since， 它有自从啊，从什么什么以来的意思。那 since then 就表示在那之后，从那时起，它可以摆在句首或是句尾。那么主要子句的时态常常会用完成式，例如 Carol had a quarrel with her roommate last Friday. They haven't talked to each other since then. Carol 跟她的室友上礼拜五吵了一架，他们从那时起就没讲过话了。好，接着我们来学 all sorts of 表示各式各样的什么，它的意思就跟 all kinds of 或是 all types of 相同。那这些片语后面你都可以接复数的可数名词或是不可数名词。例如 The shop sells all sorts of dolls. 这间店有卖各式各样的洋娃娃。可是这间店半夜应该蛮恐怖的，夜深人静的时候，所有的娃娃就开始突然动了。然后他们走着走着就突然回头对你微笑，他笑得你心里发寒。不小心用了赌神的梗。好，我们最后来学 pass on。片语动词 pass on 是当及物用，可以指传递，像是传递资讯、讯息等等。例如 The teacher told her to pass on the message to the other students. 老师要他把那个讯息传递给其他学生。好，以上是今天重点整理，我们下次见喽，拜拜。
到旅游资讯中心询问景点怎么说。
Hi everybody， 欢迎来到就爱讲英文，我是 Holly。
欢迎 everybody, I am Shane.
So, have you been on any trips lately?
Yeah, I went to Japan.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
那你去 Japan 的时候有没有就是去问路或什么的？
当然啦。
那可以去。
其实我有发现，日本人现在他们的英文真的有进步。
哦，真的吗？对。那你会就是问当地人什么问题？
比如说 ，Where is the tourist information center？
哦 ，OK， 所以旅游资讯中心在哪里呢？
对啊。
OK，
你真的要去，不知道去哪里，所以就可以问路人啊。他们真的现在真的可以，他们说哦，
哇，好，去日本不用怕，他们不会讲英文，是不是？
对。
那如果你们去到资讯中心的时候，就会问他们有没有什么东西啊？
基本来讲，你就是要一个 travel brochure。
哦 ，travel brochure。
对，或者是 map 之类的。
Okay.
travel brochure 可以是个 map。也可以只是介绍附近有什么。
OK， 就是有点像旅游手册那一类的东西。
对，或者是你可以就是问他们，嘿，有没有什么 activity？ 比如说 ，like I want to, I'm interested in joining a bus tour。
哦 ，OK，so 有没有什么任何游览行程，就是包行程的那一种 activity？
对，或者是其他的 activity 都可以。或者是如果你不知道，你就可以问他们，any recommendations？
哦，有没有任何推荐这样子？
对。
OK， 那我觉得我要推荐我们进入 live action。
他人黑夜。
因为在美国，有的时候如果你去美国，有的时候你会碰到一个很好的那个 tourist information 的人，也许他们很礼貌，
哦耶，
真的很想帮你。可是有一些你应该知道吧，他们会很 rude， 然后就说
对。
所以我们要 live action 会有2个。
对，等一下会有2个版本的 live action， 一个是礼貌版的，一个是没有礼貌版的。
Live action。
Hello, how are you? What can I help you with?
Hello, I'm interested in joining a bus tour.
I can definitely help you with that. Where would you like to go?
Any recommendations?
Yosemite National Park is beautiful this time of year.
Awesome. I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah? Do you want a brochure? Like this?
Where is the Tourist Information Center?
This is the Tourist Information Center. Can't you read?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the sign.
Well, what do you need?
Do you have any travel brochures?
Nope.
Number 1. Where is the Tourist Information Center?
Number 2. Do you have any travel brochures?
Number 3. I'm interested in joining a bus tour.
Number 4. Any recommendations?